Hey everyone, welcome back to my workbench. It's gonna be a little potpourri tonight, a little bit of everything. So, um, finishing up this. See my pretty face more. I have a bit on my workbench tonight, and I have this is a well, actually most. So this is my most popular controller. This is the 5200 Atari 5200 true analog overlay compatible. Get my this inside now. So this is actually my most popular controller. This is a uses two. I replaced the industrial joystick with a. I replaced the original 5200 controller industrial joystick. I replaced the potentiometers to make it compatible with the 5200. This is just your final assembly here. I might redo this overlay. It keeps bubbling up on me. This is the guts of it. I actually add these little balancing weights in here to give it a more solid feel, which is a really common thing you do in industry. Add weight to things, otherwise it feels very cheap and plastic and empty. It's just not what you're looking for. Controller. Yeah, that's this guy. Put some screws in a minute. All it's missing right now is there's a terrible there. Why is it fucking so bad? Anyway, it looks like stainless steel. So for now, what I'm going to do is I noticed this before. I might drill out the holes for the overlay just a little bigger because I'm getting a little more buckling than I like. And then after this, I got a couple other controllers, and actually 5 other controllers I'm working on over there. I did build up a neat demo box for my next meetup with the Chicagoland Atari Alliance. It has a nice 15-inch monitor. 15-inch? I think it's 15-inch. 15-inch monitor. I have it set up so you can do component, composite, S-video, and even RF. I gotta try that out later. RF demodulator, which is cool. So if you have an unmodded system, you see it lays flat without the screws in there. I think I'm gonna drill the hole just a touch. Pause and get my drill. Yeah, I built up this nice Atari Alliance demo box. I'm not going to debut that in the video until after this Friday the 5th. So I don't want to spoil the surprise that I have in this big Pelican-like case. Let's see how this looks now. I'm not a huge fan of how much it's dimpling there. It looks kind of... Let's see. Give it a little more room. Yeah, so I need to also try out the RFD modulator. I have an original Intellivision. That has not been modded. My Intellivision 2 has been. So I'm pretty sure I took the composite out of it, so I'll be able to do the RF out is disabled right now. But I still have an original television. It's a control I still need to make. I still need to make a true 16 in the for the original television. So it electrically is identical to the television 2. It's just the theming and the electrical connection is different because they had a permanently connected cable. That's much better. There's no dimpling there at all. Good, 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 good. So this is actually going to be delivered to John at the meetup. So yeah, if you ever want to place an order and you can order and choose a local pickup, and you'll save a few bucks on the shipping, of course. And I usually give a discount in person because I don't have to pay credit card fees. So yeah, that's my most popular controller, the 5200 overlay. I'll put your screws in and serialize it in a minute. And now it's time for arts and crafts. This is the part where we dance. All right, now we have way too many controls. Now, like I said, it is time for arts and crafts. Next up, we have this is the Television Sprint. I call it the Marathon controller, freshly off of the CNC. And you see, it's this shiny ABS. And like I said, it's arts and crafts time. I have not created a Cricut plan for this one yet, so I probably don't need to. It's a pretty simple. There's not that many cutouts on it. And I happen to know the fit between the screws is exactly 262 by 160 millimeters. So I've done this way too many times. So this gives you your nice kind of a nice little brown texture. Matches the television very nicely. Give it a little. That's pretty good. Tiny haircut there and there. This stuff is actually set the hair high. Let's fix that in a second. The stuff is actually durable enough. You can remove it at least once. It's actually shelf liner. Is what I use. Same thing on the 5200. Nice, high quality, very sticky vinyl, which actually cuts really nicely on my Cricut as well. luckily, the other advantage is it's pretty inexpensive. So if you need to rip it off, trash it, start over again with another piece, you can. There you go. This might go over. So many little tools. Oh, I also did recently announce on my website, unless you're a local to Chicago, I am not doing any more mod work or repair work on systems. I have a few here I still need to clear out, but I'm not really set up very well for it anymore, and I don't want people waiting forever for their systems to get modded. I mean, I have the knowledge to do it, I just don't have the time anymore to do it. Just a little sad, but just I don't want people waiting forever for their systems to be modded out or repaired. Maybe if the controller business ever tapers off, they'll go back to it, but I have not found that to be the case. So every time I come out with a new controller, people want them. So, like I said, this is some crafts right now. It's the joystick. Doesn't need to be super precise, and I'll show you why. And that is because I forgot to grab the buttons. I used to do all my controllers by hand like this, cutting them out bit by bit, but not so much anymore. Most of the time I have my nice, I actually use the DXF file that I use for running the CNC, and then make it so basically it's compatible with the Cricut, my lovely light purple Cricut I have over there. It's more than making t-shirts and mugs and stickers. You can use it for stuff like this. Right, so this here, then I have these are I 3D print these, and I even engineered a little snap-in feature. Needs a little cleanup. There's a little snap feature on the side here, so just drop this in. Always kind of a fit, which is good. But since it is a snap feature, I don't really need to worry about secondary. It's in there. A little cleanup there from the what's the word? Where the support material. Otherwise, this lip will collapse as you. That's that. And this gets boom, boom, boom. 4 buttons joystick, and this is where your sprint controller lays. So yeah, that's one part. Oh, I didn't finish this part. It's not a television without the gold stripes. Probably should have left that out. That's right. I need to clean this one up anyway. Arts and crafts. All right, my little dog needed a walk, so I'm back. Here, get some sanding done. Told you it's arts and crafts. A little more. before I do that, I do want to put on, like I said, it's not on television unless you've got the fake gold stripes on. Let's go a centimeter up. Just eyeballing these. Eventually I'll 3D print a template now. So I'm building up my first shipping units of the Marathon controllers right now. I'm a little bit of a circus freak when it comes to eyeballing things. I don't know what it is. I don't know where it came from, but I used to be able to, probably still could do it, tell you the torque rating of a optical encoder, which is a type of switch, within 0.1 inch ounces. Don't know where the skill comes from. Let's accept it. Again, edge doesn't need to be completely perfect because it's getting snapped in anyway. And even where the buttons are at don't really matter that much because the buttons themselves have an edge to them. I can probably just cut it out the way. I get covered anyway. Yeah. By the way, this is called a Bayer roller. Alright, it's called that, but it's for printing. It's a hardened rubber. Go. Now that one's ready to go. Like I said, it's potpourri night. So now that we have build up a bunch of other things too. That. Yeah. That's a Marathon controller top. And then we got a ANDI. Oh, let's just forget to shoot them off. Never mind. That was this one here. And then I have, this is a ANDI Classic, I call it. And it's just it's for the 5200, you have a analog control here and a digital control here. You just flip flop between the two of them. So that's not cool. And then we have a dual overlay I'm working on as well. There's that guy. Then we got lefty and a righty of the, this is the True 16 Ultimate Purist Plus. So it has joystick, the 4 buttons in the Purist layout, and then 4 additional buttons down here. So you can, for games like Night Stalker, you can fire without having to use that, using the mushy keypad.